Welcome to another episode of URC Chums podcast. Unfortunately, my fellow champions that I do my episodes with aren't available right now. Jacques is busy with his Amajuba rugby week, which we will get a bit of an update from him regarding his views. And Darragh's got some family events happening right now, so we are respecting it, and you'll also hear from him on his thoughts of the week. But talking about that, let's jump straight into it. Some good things, some really bad things, depending on how you view things to it. But yes, let's go straight into it. Jump straight into the episode. As you can see right now, I have the results from the week that have gone by. Starting off with a 38-34 loss for the Stormers. Wasn't too happy with that, to be honest. We got a red card, which as of now, I haven't seen anything regarding Net Langford. Discipline let us down. We did have some moments of brilliance. We did look like we were coming back at a point and then lost it. I do have a slight issue, which we'll probably bring up in the next week. And it wasn't just one game that it happened with. It was a couple of games where time was cut short. I don't know if it's just a broadcast issue or not, but yeah. Edinburgh giving Dragons a thumping as of this week. I saw some of it that just looked like a run through. Zebra being beaten by the Bulls. That was a game that looked very much in the balance for quite some time, and then the Bulls just literally went on a stampede over Zebra, and Zebra couldn't keep up with it. A game that I'll have Darragh mention up now, being Connacht losing to our fellow guy. And if you look here, there he is with Peppa Pig in his eyes. But this is what Darragh had to say for the week that has passed.
On the Munster Connacht game, I was absolutely delighted to be in Castlebar in a historic occasion. First time ever that a rugby match has been played at McHale Park, which is the GA ground of Mayo. Delighted with the win. Obviously, conditions went against us in terms of we were down to 14 for 55 minutes, and down to 13 for two 10-minute periods as well. I thought we defended okay, but our attack was brilliant. I thought Jack Crowley had one of his best games I've ever seen him play, along with Craig Casey, who's been out for 4 months. He was outstanding. Obviously, having the return of John Crine was a big one. And you know, there were some really good shifts there. I thought that Alex Kindellan made a very big impact off the bench. Some of the tries were lovely, albeit a bit soft granted to us by Connacht, especially the one for Casey, where Cordero slipped off Nash and he went through a big massive gap. But we can't complain because it's 5 massive points. It keeps us in the hunt for a top 4 finish after Leinster did us a favour and beat the Sharks. And yeah, like if you look at our running, we've 4 games. 3 of them are at home and 1 away to Cardiff. Very difficult games because we've got the Bulls, Ulster, Benetton at home and Cardiff away, but winnable games at the same time. As I said, I'm very pleased with the result. I'm very pleased with the performance from a lot of players. I thought they showed a lot of bottle, a lot of character, especially summarised by World Cup winner John Klein stealing a line out with 1 minute to go and us running the clock down successfully. Yeah, I thought the kicking game was won by Munster completely. Jack Crowley absolutely dominated his opposition. I would like to give a shout out to Mac Hansen and Finn Tracy for Connacht. I thought they were both excellent. Mac Hansen was in the middle of everything Connacht had, and Finn Tracy showed some real wheels out on the wing. But it's hard to underestimate how important that was for us. It gives us another Interpro win, which always feels nice, especially when you're at the stadium like I was. And it gives us a bit of momentum going into a very big game the weekend away to La Rochelle. Our first time playing La Rochelle in a competitive match ever, playing against Ronan O'Gara, Saul's side, and we needed to win that game. The only disadvantage is, of course, Nankivell is banned. His appeal failed, and rightly so. I do think on replay it was a red. John Hodnett, I'm not sure about him. He went off in the first half. I hope that we will have him back because he's a massive player for us. And yeah, stand up and fight.
Yes, let me get back here quickly. Yes, so yeah, I saw a bit of that Munster game in highlights this week. I will say Munster did look like they didn't really let the game get too far away from them. I'm glad to see Klein back, which is a good thing for the Springboks, especially someone like him back in the options, especially with the likes of Etzebeth. Uncertain as of now. I think they're still holding the cards to their chest regarding that. But then the Scarlets versus Ospreys. Unfortunately, Ospreys slipping up to Scarlets in what was quite a good game. But unfortunately, yeah, Scarlets came off with the win. Then a Springbok laden Sharks team slipping to not a full strength Leinster team, coming off losers. The only thing that can probably gain from that is a bonus point, which do you think they actually really deserve it? But we will have our fellow referee Jacques tell us what he thought about that.
I'm going to say no comment because I can't believe a Springbok side can lose to a Leinster C side. It wasn't a nice game at all. Not happy. And I've got nothing to add on to that. It was a poor performance. So yeah, I'm just very sad. But enjoying my week here at the Amajuba week. Having fun. Nice to meet new people and having a blast.
Yeah, so that was Jacques' views of the game that had happened. Benetton taking on Cardiff, actually coming off 2019 winners. That was a result I actually thought might have gone the other way, considering Cardiff's had a decent season and Benetton so. But I can't take anything away from Benetton. They are a great team. Unfortunately for them, they have some away games coming up, especially I know they have one up here in Cape Town coming up. And then the thrashing of the week, 42-0. I actually have no words. I saw some of that. I don't know what was happening. I was so amped for the Lions this season. They just seem to have lost it. They had that youthful experience, which kind of was doing them well, and they've just let it slip and fall away. But yeah, that's unfortunately the case for this past season. Here is the team of the week. It's nice to see the Stormers players in there. We don't really see any Lions players, or one Lions players, Shark players in the side. Munster has filled in 3 of the spots. But a lot of the players that you see in here actually do deserve it from the stats that I read. And as you can see, their points were quite high in the fantasy team. This is the standings as is right now. Leinster carrying on with their dominance on top. Glasgow Warriors with their win definitely securing second place. Bulls as well with theirs going third. Sharks hanging on by 6 points above Munster. They really need to hold on Munster, otherwise Munster's going to take them out, which is not really what they want. Ulster with their win, bonus point win against the Stormers, propelling them up to 6. Benetton again beating Cardiff, hanging on there by 7, and Edinburgh up at 36 points at 8th. But they can't be too comfortable because yet again, all the way up, even up until the Lions, it's 6 points difference between 7 to 14. I wouldn't quite write off Zebra right now. They could also come back in the next 4 games. But yes, I don't see much changing. Just maybe 1 or 2 positions, especially since the Stormers have a home run coming now. And yeah, this is the top 8 as it stands right now with the potential playoff positions. On the left is the home teams, and on the right are the away teams. So right now, Sharks are sitting there with a nice home game for the playoffs, with Jacques probably happy that they'll be playing at home, so he could probably get an opportunity to go watch them. And Munster, who didn't do too well in their last game against the Sharks in the Shark Tank, which probably Darragh won't be too happy with. But yes, that is as it stands right now with their points. But it isn't set right now. Probably Leinster and Glasgow are probably the ones that can say that they're pretty much set. This is the teams on tour in April coming up. We've got the Sharks going to Edinburgh, which is probably not going to work in their favour. We've got Benetton flying over to Joburg. And we've got Connacht coming to Cape Town. And we've got the Bulls going to Dublin before they head off to Limerick to go play against Leinster. Not Leinster, Munster. So, that is going to be hectic. Then the Bulls, after that, go to Edinburgh, along with Connacht flying to Johannesburg, which probably will do the Lions quite a favor, but they also have quite a bit of a hectic travel schedule, as is now with the Challenge Cup, which I'll show up just now. And we've got Benetton coming from Joburg actually to Cape Town, and then we got the Sharks going to Ulster. So, but they're flying from Edinburgh, so likely not too much hectic, but it's still a bit of a travel distance. Talking about the road to the final for the Investix Champions Cup. As you can see, here is the playoffs and how the teams will go up against each other. So we've got Bordeaux Beagles versus Ulster. And the winner of that will play whoever wins between La Rochelle and Munster, which it could be for the quarterfinal and all Irish final there, which would be kind of interesting to see. On the other side of it, we got Leinster going up against the Harlequins. I very much see Ulster taking that. Not Ulster, sorry, Leinster taking that game against the Harlequins. Please, someone give Marcus Smith a drubbing. Glasgow Warriors hosting Leinster. Andre Pollard's going to want to leave there on a high. I saw another play, which I'll show some of the transfers next week with the guys coming up. But yeah, the Munster against La Rochelle. I'm sorry, Darragh. I see La Rochelle. They have a good run in this competition. I see them going up, and also see the Bordeaux beating Ulster. Then we got Toulon going up against Saracens. Again, I'm going to go Toulon with that one. And the winner of that goes up against Toulouse or Sale Sharks. And I'm definitely going to see Toulouse taking that game. I know they're probably going with the full French team in that one. And Northampton Saints versus Clermont. Let's go up the Saints. I know Clermont's quite good. And then we've got Castres versus Benetton. I'm going to have to go Castres on that one. As you can see, how the playoffs go from there. Into the Challenge Cup, this is the current setup over here as well. We've got Connacht hosting Cardiff. Basically a URC game there. But yeah, Connacht, well, they bounced back after their loss. As you can see, they're number 1 on the seeding of this. And the winner of that goes against Perpignan versus Racing. That again, very good chance there. Who's going to take it? I'll probably have to say Racing. On the other side there is Montpellier versus Gloucester. Montpellier is again the higher ranked one. I think they're going to want to have some something to cheer about. So that is then Palaiseau versus Bath. I'm going to have to go with the French there. That's Ospreys are hosting the Scarlets. They're going to get some retribution for their game that they had this last week. Ospreys are definitely going to want to win. They're going to be playing there at the Ospreys field. I don't know which one as of now. I haven't actually followed up on that. Then we've got Lyon hosting the Sharks. Again, the Sharks, after their past week, they're going to have to pull something out the hat. But unfortunately, sorry, Jacques, I'm going to have to go with Lyon. The current setup of the Sharks hasn't been that. And on the other side there, we've got Edinburgh versus the Lions. The Lions traveling to Edinburgh. Sorry, I'm going to have to go to Edinburgh there. And we got Bayonne hosting the Bulls. Bulls have been quite good. How they would be on the travel is another thing. We are going to have to see how that goes. But I think hopefully the Bulls do pull something out the hat for this game. So yeah, that is what I have for the current. As you can see, there's Jacques. I just continue to find a photo. I was joking with Jacques the other day. He had a picture with a certain person, and I was still asking how if he was going to start taking steroids from this guy. If you just give me so there has been some celebrity spottings in the crowd. As you can see, Jacques getting some steroid advice from Alton. Not a big fan of his, but you can see we have some potential Springboks sitting at the week that he's at right now. So yeah, Jacques, all the best for your refereeing there. I have been following a bit on YouTube with the live games that I have seen you on there. But my fellow champions, we'll be back next week, full crew. We'll have some news on some of the transfers that are happening, and some news on what has happened with the Challenge Cup and the Champions Trophy. So yes, fellow champions, keep well and stay safe. And I hope you guys have a great week. Also, please remember, like, share, and subscribe. Let's keep this growing and everything. We are doing a lot better than beforehand. So yeah, let's keep it growing. Share it. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. Click on that bell button to get notified every time we record and everything like that. Anyway, thanks. Have a good one. Bye.